Hey everyone, it's Vosk. I'm here with Tails right here in the sticks of Virginia, and I'm en route to my mining shed, which actually really isn't that far from my house, if you guys know that. But today I'm going to be talking about Bitcoin mining and why I've made the executive decision, which is a really cool way of saying that I just ran some numbers and it simply doesn't make any sense anymore to run my Bitcoin miners. I'm running at a loss here, and it's going to be a big gamble to try to make my money back. So as Tails sits there all awkwardly, I'm going to go ahead and take the time to show you in this video why, if you want to gamble, you may as well just sell your miner, cut your losses if you're at one, and if you're really so bullish on cryptocurrency, like I am, don't get me wrong, I'm still bullish on cryptocurrency, you should just put that money straight into the coin. Some of you guys have been following for a while may know I have a really cool project planned for this miner that I still have not got around to doing. But until then, I'm just gonna have them sit here idly because I just don't think that it's worth it to run an Antminer T9 with residential electric. And I don't have that bad of an electric rate, 10.5 cents per kilowatt hour. Then we got an S9 over here, which actually isn't my original one. I actually just recently got in. It was just gotten locally. And it's already going to be going off to its new home because it just doesn't make sense to run anymore. So say farewell, buddy. It's been fun, except not really. See you later, T9 Plus. It's been fun, sort of, except you're pretty loud and you never really made that much money. But at least you supported the network. Goodbye, friend. Whether you want to or not, sometimes you just have to pull the plug. So it's really easy to get down about cryptocurrency prices right now. It's easy to get down and discouraged with the cryptocurrency mining earnings right now. And to be honest, the most discouraging thing of all is this difficulty chart. Aside from that one outlier, if you look at the past 6 months, difficulty will clearly continue to rise. And guess what has not really risen over the last 6 months? Yeah, you guessed it. That would be the Bitcoin price. If you don't know, Bitcoin readjusts the difficulty every 2 weeks. And we're actually kind of closing in on the last stretch of mineable Bitcoins. If you look at the available supply out of the 21 million that's available, well then we're not too far off with a circulating supply of 17 million. And yeah, there's still several more years of Bitcoin mining, but regardless, our circulating supply versus max supply is getting pretty close. Also, for those that don't know, miners also receive all of the transaction fees paid as well as the block reward for every Bitcoin block that's solved that moves the algorithm forward. So even when there are no more Bitcoins to mine, there will still be money to be made running a Bitcoin mining machine. However, with these miners being priced so low, it's still pretty alarming how it's actually going to be pretty difficult to make your money back. And again, I'm a huge miner. I love mining, and this stuff is heartbreaking to see and realize, but I'm not just going to lie to you guys. I'm especially not going to shill this stuff, especially if, we're not in a good place here. I've got it plugged in. This is all going to be based around an Antminer S9 that I got locally recently. This model, there's different models that have different hash rates, but this one's got 13.5 terahash a second, which in gigahash looks like that. The power consumption is about 1,300 watts. We run it in the what to mine estimated mining profit calculator. It says after our electric cost of 10.5 cents, we're going to be pulling in 20 cents per day. If we run this based off the ASIC minervalue.com chart, which is a good way to estimate stuff, they've gained a lot of popularity recently. You can't enter 10.5 cents, so I just rounded up to 11 cents. You can see I'm pretty much going to lose money any way you look at it with any of these S9 models. Making 12 cents a day to me is almost losing money. And then just to go over here, one of the old school calculators that you don't see talked about much anymore, but last summer, in the beginning of last summer, a crypto compare profit calculator was all the rage, and a lot of people spent a lot of money just based off of this guy. So again, we got the 13.5 terahash, same watt consumption, and this is estimating that we're going to lose 4 cents per day. Here's the number that's important. I'm going to grab the 0.01514 Bitcoin quantity mined that's projecting over the next month, and we put that into CoinGecko, right? And that means we're going to mine about $100 worth of Bitcoin. And bad news, our electric bill is about $100. So we're not going to make any money. But let's say you have the ability to sit on your cryptocurrency, right? So you're going to sit on that $100 of Bitcoin. and we'll just take a linear value. If it doubles, okay, if Bitcoin doubles in price and you held everything and everything stayed relatively static, which it never really does, you'll make $100 a month. So you would need to hold all of your Bitcoin for the next 5 months, and Bitcoin would need to double, and at least for you to make your money back just based off of this price. But don't forget, you also need a power supply. So that'll be a cool $100. So let's add another month. So now we're at half a year. Also, there's shipping fees, and perhaps depending on where you live, you'll pay customs. So add like another 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks. And just like that, you're looking at 7 months. Maybe need a couple cables, power supply cable, Ethernet cable. Well, congratulations. It's now going to take you 8 months if Bitcoin doubles. And again, I'm really not trying to be negative, guys, but if the numbers just don't check out, they just don't check out. This is what, you can see these going for on Amazon, or listed for. On eBay, they're going for like $500 right now. And any way you slice it, any way you look at it, for the at-home residential miner, it does not make sense to have a Bitcoin miner of this current generation. For anyone who's been following the channel here for a while, you know that I made a video where I had a couple good days on Slush Pool, mining with my Antminer S9, and I was making almost $50 a day, and that was at the end of in the end of December, which is crazy because it hasn't really been that long to see such a dramatic drop with the exact same machine. I also made an update in here in March. So this is actually a pretty linear time frame. Again, that was in March. Now it's August, the end of August 2018. And you can see the profits with these machines have basically disappeared. So, also saw a really sad note down here is when Tails is having health issues. Those are terrible times, and we're not totally in the clear yet, but for everyone who's been following us along that long, you can see her right here in the stream. She's just snoozing right now. Hey, you're a good girl. How does she know I'm talking about her? But she's doing good. She's doing well. Everything we could ask for, and above all I ask is she's still alive and can play some ball because she loves playing fetch. Other than that, guys, that really sums it up. Any way you slice it, it just doesn't really make sense to buy a SHA-256 Bitcoin Cash, insert any kind of shit coin now here, miner. I'm not saying that no miners make sense. We've been talking some about the Equihash ASICs, which I'm really worried are going to be flooded in September, but time will tell. I mean, that's just what happened with every single other ASIC ever, so I'm sure this one will be different, guys. That's sarcasm if you don't know. Above all, make sure to subscribe to the VoxCoin YouTube channel if you haven't already. And if you stuck along this long in the video, I want to show you something that Edward Grubb, our top secret Bitmain spy, showed me here. And this has been leaked to a couple other places already as well. Stuff happens fast, but it's a liquid-cooled Antminer S9. That's pretty cool, right? When you actually look at the hash rate, I think it's like 18 terahash a second. You look at the power consumption, I think it's like 1,600 watts or something crazy. Still doesn't make any sense, but regardless, it's really cool. It's cool to see. I mean, what other liquid-cooled ASIC miners have you seen besides the ASIC miner Co ones we have, which we're still doing research on? A lot of people don't really think are legitimate, so perhaps the teardown is in order. But anyway, without further ado, I want to thank you guys for viewing. I got Tails here. We're actually going to go to, she made that face at me. We're going to go to a fun event. Me, Miss Voss, and Tails here soon outdoors, so I got to get going. But if you haven't, hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up on the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.